I'm so sorry, man. No problem.
Well, hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge. Sunday evening for all the European folks, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, depending on where you're from, or maybe it's not even Sunday at all. But hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge, Watkins Glen. We're ready for some chaos. We really might get some chaos here. We got a hell of a grid, action packed, I'm sure. I can't wait. Our Thursday race had lots going on from the very beginning to the very end. Right now, you're just, of course, watching our open qualifying. We get 15 minutes for open qualifying, and you get to set 4 laps. Um, you can choose to wait and do your laps at the very end, as we see Gherkin here doing, or you can choose to do them right away. The only thing about that is you're risking being near a lot of cars, having your laps interrupted, all of the sorts. Look, as you saw earlier, it looks like Bensa, uh, goodness, I have to really focus on that one. Bensa, it looks like he got a perfect draft lap for that pole of 106.524. Him and Misha must have been working together. That looked planned, I'm telling you. But Benza is now put on pole and is ahead of Philip. Of course, these two guys of Benza and Philip are they're P1 and P2 in our season. So I know that Bensa can't sleep until he can beat Philip. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. Real exciting. We got Thorsten in the mix there too, with Gordon, Misha, Ryan, Winfeld. It's gonna be quite an exciting race. We have a lot of very strong drivers, front to back. So I can't wait. Can't wait for. We have to wait another 2 minutes for qualifying to end. I can't wait. Oh, it's too long. But it looks like Gherkin's still got laps to do, so yeah. Of course, as always, that's real wide. I guess that iRacing lets you go wide just like that. Okay. I guess that's how it goes. Um, so we have, of course, 2 races. So you have to qualify, and then you have 2 extra chances after that to prove your worth. And you have your 15-minute sprint race, which sets your gridding position for the 30-minute feature. We of course have no pit stops. This is just straight racing from very beginning to very end. You don't have to strategize too much other than on that track. Thinking about, do I make that pass? Do I wait? Do I make the pass and just try and send it? All the different things. So that's our main focus here in this league is primarily just the driving aspects. And um, so, yeah, next season, right now, we're considering and talking about reverse grids. So that's just a little bit of tidbit of information that hopefully you can get excited about. We're thinking about reverse grids, maybe only the first 5 cars from the sprint race into the feature get flipped, and hopefully it adds some excitement. It's something we're thinking about and pretty sure it will happen. So here we go. It looks like I can bring up my qualify results. Perfect. So we got 11 cars here. Let's go through this grid. We got Bensa on pole. Good job. Philip the Hammer on P2. Thorsten getting faster and faster every week. I don't know how, just magic. No, he's a good driver. Just kidding. But the improvement of Thorsten week after week is amazing, phenomenal. Gordon Ramsay in P4, Misha Berger in P5, Ryan Winfeld in P6, Kevin Keane in P7, Gherkin Demir in P8, Italo Anzioso in P9, Tobias, I'm going to go Tobias. I like Tobias. Rit in P10, Barry Clayton in P11. So, of course, let's bring up, I think I want There we go. Perfect. There's a picture of Philip. I believe, yep, that's Philip. So we will bring up our track map. Right now we're just waiting for everyone to grid. Once everyone grids, then we can see the lights. You'll see the lights in the middle of the top, the middle of the screen, and then away they go. I'm gonna actually get rid of this track map for now, so you can see our little flag guy up there in that tower. As soon as the lights go off, you'll see him waving that flag, and away we go, but not quite yet. I guess some guys love revving their engine, just using a little extra fuel. But you know what? The sound of these cars is amazing. Here we go. There we go. Everyone's come to the grid. Lights are going on. Lights are on and lights are off, and away we go. And there's Barney waving that green flag. And here we go, heading into turn one. Looks like Benza is in the lead. Philip is in P2. We got Thorsten in P3. A little bit of moving and mixing throughout this field. I believe most people are generally in the same position that they started. Not too much going on. Looks like Tobias has crashed, but I can't take a look at that yet. We got a two wide Benza forcing that inside line one. Philip to go around the outside. Thorsten going on the inside. Gordon going on the outside as well. And not far behind that is a whole bunch of other cars just trying to figure out where should I go, who should I try and attack. Looks like Benza is still in that lead with Philip directly behind, trying to find a way to get through. Gordon looks like has gotten up into third position cleanly ahead of Thorsten. Misha Berger's just being nice and patient behind that. Ryan Winfeld not far behind, basically a pack of hungry wolves here. Every one of these cars, they are all very, very close together. As you can see, Benza taking that defensive line, telling Philip, basically forcing Philip to go around the outside. Philip not able to make it work, backing out just to get a better launch out of the corner, thinking about, I'm sure, trying to take him later on. We got two wide coming up the hill. Doesn't exactly work. That's real smart to back out just a little bit, make it a little bit cleaner. Back up to the front where this is the battle for the lead, of course. Phillips going round the outside. Even a little further back, you can see a little bit more jockeying in position. Gordon thinking he may be able to win a position going around the outside, following Philip. Let's see how does that work. It looks like Misha has made up one position. Thorsten is down another position. That's the chess match going on. That's the Watkins Glen chess match. And looks like Benza is also down one position behind Philip. Gordon challenging for that. Ryan Winfeld in a little bit further back, up one position as well. Thorsten down from third to sixth. A little bit of a blinking Gordon we got going on. Gordon trying to push the situation. Backing out in the end to allow Benza to go ahead. Looks like Ryan Winfeld is taking Misha's position to try and force that issue even more. And so that's put Ryan up two positions. A lot of moving and shaking. Gherkin Demir, I think, is up one position as well. We got Barry Clayton up one position. Let's go right up to that lead pack just to see how this is going. Gordon taking the inside around this corner. Benza going around the outside. Not quite able to make it work for Benza, and he's down from first to third, but I don't think he's given up quite yet. He's going to go for that inside line coming into this braking zone with a blinking Gordon. Of course, that's pretty hard to do. A little bit of an off track. He's still got that overlap, and this is a hell of a battle, I gotta say. All this battling, of course, is bringing Ryan Winfeld into that mix. And Misha Berger not far behind. All very capable drivers. This is essentially a, how many cars we got here? One, two, three. Oh man, this is like 8 card train. Giving Philip the perfect opportunity to just start running away with it. And this is exactly where Philip wants to be. This is his wheelhouse. It's his favorite spot to be. He's been here all season. I believe this is actually a new paint scheme for his car, but here we go, too wide. Benson's on the inside this time. Gordon around the outside, taking that bump. Gordon's slightly ahead, and I think Gordon's going to get the better launch, but of course Benson's taking a shorter distance. Oh, and here we go. Unfortunate contact racing incident, maybe one for the stewards. We'll have to see, but glad we caught it on camera for you folks. We'll have to see how that goes. I don't know. That's just two drivers. It looks like just really going for it. But if they request a review, then I guess we can look further into it. But until then, let's just get on with our racing. Lots still to go, of course. We got Barry Clayton with the 7-up car. I like that. That's cool. Oh, and Misha Berger is down way back, so he went off the track. Ryan Winfeld's looking for a pass on Gordon for P2, so Ryan's up a lot of positions. A little bit of patience, a little bit of aggression, and it's just been a real good mix for Ryan. And he's now way up the grid, not giving Gordon too much space, pushing that car like nobody's business. Is it Gordon able to make a run? No, not quite. So that's given Ryan for sure that position. Gordon going a little bit wide, or a lot wide actually, and maybe that's going to even bring Thorsten back into that mix in that battle with Gordon. We'll have to see. Looks like I have a moment. I want to take a look at what happened to Misha. Oh, that's unfortunate. Misha had a bit of that. Oh, that's unfortunate. So he just had trying to avoid that crash, and it's put him a little bit back. But at least he's got a car that's very functioning, perfect. So that's always a huge plus. And about 9 minutes left to go. So we'll see how that goes for Misha. So that's what happened to Misha. I also want to take a look at, real quick, while we still have the time, what happened to Tobias. So Tobias crashed. Tobias goes into this turn. Oh, and just a little bit of spin, and off he goes, and that's what's considered his crash, and that's what's put Tobias further behind than he may have liked. I'm not sure if it's his first race in the Porsche Cup car, but yeah, challenging as always to race this car, and once you start getting beside other cars at the same time, it's mind-blowing. It's challenging. So here we go. Ryan Winfeld going up the hill, down that main straight, not able to break away from Gordon. So Gordon's now in a perfect passing position. Ryan's going to have to choose. Does he want the inside? Does he want the outside? Gordon's going to take the one lane that's available. Very close to door banging. Thorsten, of course, hungry to take a position as well, get back up to where he started. Looks like they still are side by side, coming around this corner, coming out of this corner. This is going to be a too wide battle. Oh, very, very, very close. So Gordon was actually able to make that work around the outside. He's in the favorable position, and they're still too wide. This is incredible. Ryan is still able to hold it. Wow, what a battle between these two cars. Holy Mackinac. Like, holy crap. So Ryan able to actually hold that inside, then the outside, then the inside, and he's still ahead of Gordon. And now we're going to have Thorsten and Gherkin in the mix because, well, slowing down the pace, it's going to bring a lot of cars into play. So that's exactly what's happened right here. But you know what? It's a lot of fun. And it's great for all the viewers. And here we go. One more time. Let's see if Gordon can make it work around the outside. So Thorsten choosing to follow Gordon around. Oh, and blinking Gordon. Thorsten choosing to follow Gordon around the outside. Ryan able to take that shorter distance and capitalize on that and get an excellent exit. Now it looks like Thorsten is thinking about how to get by Gordon and maybe taking a crack at getting by Ryan as well. And this is the chaos of, this is absolutely the chaos of Watkins Glen. I love it. A lot of the drivers do love it. It looks like Thorsten is now challenging for Gordon, and he wants to take the crack at Ryan Winfeld as well. See if he can actually make it go around the outside. Of course, he's still in that perfect drafting range to get right back up to Ryan. Does Gordon challenge up the hill? No, he. Oh, and blinking is definitely a challenge. But Thorsten is still in that drafting range. Now we got 4 cars here. Looks like Benz is there too, but he's of course a lap down, so he's not exactly going to be battling in that, I don't think. But we got Gordon going on the inside, Gherkin following around the inside, Thorsten going around the outside. Is Gherkin able to make it? Nope. Gonna have to wait one more lap, or maybe they'll go at it in the next few corners, heading into turn 1. But this is perfect for Ryan Winfeld, who's maybe able to start thinking about breaking away. We only got 5 minutes left in this race, and of course this race result does carry over into the gridding for our 30-minute feature race. So it's very important. Every position matters. The further up in the start of the next race, the better, always. And of course, you get half points in our sprint race. You get the full points in our feature. And that's where that's where it's at. So Gordon's very much in that drafting range. So let's see, does Thorsten start thinking about, does he wait for Gordon to get closer to Ryan? It looks like he's actually playing ball. He's playing a little bit of teamwork with Gordon, thinking about working together rather than trying to attack, allowing Gordon to get right back up into the face of Ryan Winfeld, so that Thorsten, I'm sure, is thinking, I can get back onto that podium position. Thorsten Seifert. I should say the last name too, I guess. So here we go. We got about 4 more laps to go, I'd say. And I gotta say, this is exciting so far. Let's do a quickie look at the biggest movers and shakers of our evening. We got Phillip up 1 position, Ryan up 4 positions, amazing. Gordon up 1 position, Thorsten Seifert is down 1, Gherkin Demir is up 3, Kevin Keane is up 1. Does Gherkin go to the inside? No, he doesn't. Very close. So Isaac, Barry Clayton is up 4 positions. That's amazing. Tobias Ritt is up 2 positions, even after that little bit of a funny business. And we got Misha Berger is down 4 off of that funny business. We'll call it the funny business tonight. Italo is down 1, and Benz is down 10 off of the funny business. We'll go with the funny business. We'll bring our timing tower back to the interval and just see how close everyone really is. And we still have P2 to P5. Very, very close contact with each other. Very much all in contention for second position on our grid. And here we go. Ryan is choosing the inside line once again. Gordon's going around the outside. Is Thorsten going to make 3 wide? Not quite. He's going to follow Gordon around the outside, maybe. Maybe not. Not able to get there in time. Oh, no. And it looks like just a slight tap. That's unfortunate. And Gordon is ahead. Thorsten was able to make the best of that and has gotten way, way ahead. So that funny business, we'll go with the funny business, has put Thorsten back up in the second position. So that's definitely served him well, just by being patient, put himself in a real great spot. and it's gained him a position, and so that's done very well for him. Gordon is now in P3. Girk and Demir is up another position from that as well. A whole bunch of cars have benefited from that. Looks like, fortunately, Ryan's car is not too damaged. And now he's just running along with Misha Berger here in the back. Let's head back up to this battle for P2. I think we're going to have one more lap. Philip, we haven't mentioned too much of Philip. He's just up here in the lead with all the battle going on behind him. It's given him that space to break away. It's given him a stress-free race. That new paint's looking pretty fine, I gotta say. So we're now coming around. Oh, and Thorsten's a little bit too much throttle. No, no, Thorsten. Oh, that's really unfortunate. He was having a very good run. Um, so hopefully he can make up for that in the future. But that's real. I'm real sad to see that. I was definitely rooting for Thorsten to keep that second position. So now we've got Gordon up into P2. We got Girk and Demir not far behind. I don't think he's going to be able to make that pass. Got Barry Clayton in the 7-Up car with Kevin Keane directly behind. Thorsten with a little bit of a damaged car. It's not looking too happy. Tobias is just strumming along. Not far back is Misha and Ryan. And we got a Tallow. This is definitely the excitement of Watkins Glen. It never disappoints ever. So here we go, coming across the finish line. We got Philip Hammer winning our sprint race. Gordon Ramsay coming across in P2. Girk and Demir coming across in P3. We got Barry Clayton coming across in P4, up 7 positions for Barry. Kevin Keane coming across, up 2 positions. Thorsten coming across, hoping to make an impact in the feature with Tobias Ritt directly behind Misha Berger, Ryan Winfeld, and here comes Italo Anzioso. And there we go. And that's the end of our sprint race. I can now pull up our results. So we can see exactly who was how far from wherever. Philip Hammer, of course, the winner. Gordon Ramsay and Gherkin Demir both 6 to 6.5 seconds back. So they, how would I say it? All that battling it slowed down their pace quite a bit. It put them much further back from that lead, but I gotta say that I'm guaranteeing they had a lot of fun doing it. So good on them. It's a lot of fun to go side by side, especially in this car and at this track. But that put them 6 seconds behind. Um, Barry Clayton 11 seconds back, Kevin Keane 15 seconds back, Thorsten was up near there and 18 seconds back, and that's just an example of where everyone was. And this is our gridding, of course, for our feature race. A lot of fast drivers, Bensa, Misha, and Ryan, very competent, very fast drivers at the back. So this is going to be a real exciting race. Gordon Ramsay, aggressive as always. I'm sure he's going to try and make a move for Philip. So let's see how this goes. Actually quite excited. Let's see what happens. Let's bring up our track map. I don't need to see the flag guy this time, I don't think. I want to see the cars. You'll see the flag anyways. Gherkin Demir in 3rd position. Wow. Looks like we're just waiting for one more car. Everyone's gridded. Okay, the lights should be coming on any second here. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Here's the revving. Lights are on. Lights are off, and away we go. Here we go. There's Barney waving the flag, heading down in turn one. Looks like Philip is in the lead. Everyone's just filing through nice and calmly. Not too much action so far. Not too much funny business. Gordon Ramsay real close to Philip Hammer. We got Misha Berger. A little bit of spinning. Oh, and there is the funny business. There it is. So we're gonna have to take a look at exactly what happened for that a little bit later. But there's the funny business. Watkins Glen never disappoints, and in our track notes we actually mentioned you might have to lift off the throttle a little bit going up that hill. Sometimes in the moment you just forget, and you try and send it. So unfortunately, that happens sometimes. Racing brain never turns off. Or, oh no, and there goes Gherkin Demir. Another unfortunate incident. And so that's put many cars out of the race so far, but that's also put a lot of positions back up for grabs, especially for the likes of Misha Berger. I think his car is okay. I'm going to have to guess it is. Gherkin's car is definitely not okay. We got Tobias in a real great position to score a lot of good points. Kevin Keane is in an opportune spot to get further and further back up that field, especially if the cars in front of him start battling. He'll be catching up to them, no problem. And so Gordon's now in a perfect place to just hang out for 20 minutes or so in the draft of Philip Hammer and see what he can do with it. So I want to take a look at, while we still have an opportunity, what happened here? What happened? We are going up the hill. Oh, and maybe didn't hold his brakes quite enough and just collected a few cars, unfortunately. That just, yeah, it just happens sometimes. So it looks like we got a lot of cars surprisingly out of contact with each other after that giant kerfuffle, the giant funny business. We got Italo Anzioso, Barry Clayton, and Ryan Winfeld down 2 laps over the leaders. Let's see where they are. So he is directly behind Barry. So there's Ryan in the background. And we got Italo coming out of the loop. So that's where these 3 cars are, and they're on the same lap, so they will be battling for position, these 3 cars of Anzioso, Clayton, and Winfeld. So back up to our lead pack. Very quickly, I'll just bring up the biggest movers and shakers of our feature race. We got Philip Hammer exactly where he started. Gordon Ramsay exactly where he started. Thorsten up 3 positions, just as I had predicted. He wants to get right back up to that podium. He's definitely a very capable driver, able to do that. He's now in a perfect drafting spot behind Philip and Gordon. He still has that draft to Philip and able to challenge for that lead if he can just play his cars just right. And if Gordon